Segun Johnson.
Segun Babyface. That's the name.
Jọ torí Ọlọ́run. Jọ. Ta ló lóògùn ẹ̀? In what world is a musician standing on stage asking people, show ma náwó yẹn tán, show ma náwó yẹn tán, show ma náwó yẹn tán, will you finish spending all the money that you have? And then the people themselves who be telling him, ma náwó yẹn tán, ma náwó yẹn tán, ma náwó yẹn tán, I will finish spending.
Anthony, ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tí ò ní, ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tí ò ní.
Àwúre nìyẹn, ogun àwúre nìyẹn.
I didn't know when it came out of my mouth. I said, show ma náwó yẹn tán. My backup didn't know what to respond because it was not established then. So I said, show ma náwó yẹn tán. The woman looked at me. Nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ bí ìlànà, she now pushed the younger sister pé fi mí lẹ̀. Eléyìí o, mo máa nà tán. So I won't start to show ma náwó yẹn tán. I can be singing any regular song. Maybe, oh, single, praise the Lord, show my single, oh, single, show my single, show le single, show my single. Oh, that no, show my no way. Hey, show my no way. So,
how do you go from praise God to look, spend all your money?
There's something about the human ego. This is the expo. It's the first time I'm saying it on Teddy Babyface Show, ladies and gentlemen. So, even if someone doesn't want to give you money.
Was music always what you wanted to do, or when did you discover the music bug?
If you are in Nigeria, you don't have a choice. I'm going to leak a secret here. I won't mention the person's name.
Yeah.
One of our biggest Owambe musicians.
Yeah.
Uncle Teju. Daddy, man found one client on budget alone. I swear.
A budget how?
Yes. Timbambom party, Awon Wulombo. My brother pa 50 million. This is not Fabu.
Ooh.
Yes.
You must tell me who this person is. Maybe not on camera.
Off camera, I'll tell you. I'll
come
tell
for
you.
this camera. Come for this. He won't get it. Let's speak.
What we can say is
This show is supported by FinSurf Pro. FinSurf Pro is your number one solution as a diaspora African living in the United States. The quickest way to get into trouble in the United States is by not doing your taxes correctly or not doing your taxes at all. And many people make costly mistakes trying to save money by doing it themselves. You know, they go online and try to look for solutions. That's where FinSurf Pro steps in. Affordable, understandable, and prompt tax filing throughout the year. What people don't understand is that tax is not just one season in the year. Taxes are all year round, and you need the professionals on your side. So click the link in the description below or visit www.finsurf.pro to get started. Thank you, FinSurf Pro. So I saw a recent post that went somewhat viral where someone asked a very interesting question. They said, is it even a party if Segun Johnson does not perform? That's how big Segun Johnson has become. A performer beyond compare. He has turned himself into the name for music, vibes, and premium Owambe energy. And when I knew him just a few short years ago, he was still trying to find his feet. You know, hustling, figuring it out just like the rest of us. But today, well, like that post said, is it even a party? Is it a party if Segun Johnson does not perform? On this one, I speak to the master of music and Owambe musical hype, Segun Johnson. So, this is the Teju Babyface Show Deep Dive. This is the Deep Dive. Segun Johnson.
Segun Babyface. That's the name.
Wait, look. So it is me that is now claiming you.
No, I'm the one that Segun Babyface. Yeah.
I tell people that you used to play on the Teju Babyface Show.
Yes, now.
As the backup to Loud.
Yes, now. Yes, now. Proudly. In fact, the video that I was able to steal from the Teji Babyface show. If you maybe 2 years, I actually got quite a number of jobs for real. And whenever I send those videos to people, they'll be like, but what the current Babyface? For it, it's a true life story, honestly.
Okay, first of all, where were you in your life and career at that point? Where you came? Because you came onto the show in 2017. 16, 17.
Yes.
Where were you? Where was your career? Where were you at that point in your life?
Okay, so at that point in my life, I think that was like the scariest moments of my life because I knew that I wanted to be different, but I didn't know how to go about it. I don't know if you can still remember. I sang a song on Teji Babyface show, aside from the regular live band thing that we did. One song, Ijo Ti Ejo Ye Otorara.
So please put your hands together for Lao Lukwenjo and the Pleasant Sound.
Ijo ti ojo ye otorara o. Now it's time for celebration. It's a jubilation, no matter your condition. Ujojo. Now it's time for celebration. It's a jubilation, no matter your condition. Everybody know.
So what I was just trying to do is I had a lot of songs and hype lines, but people can only dance to what they know. So I couldn't project those songs easily. But whenever I have any opportunity, I can sing 10 popular songs, then sing one of my own songs. So while on Television Face Show, we were following, it was so professional. That was the first time of myself being on a professional set anyway. Me go to TV, family we go at TV. But thank God for Television Face Show. I remember this man. I think he was the director.
Uncle Tade.
Yeah, Uncle Tade. Yeah. As in it was. So while performing on Teji Babyface show, I remember I chipped in that song. Then I got to Mole. If you can play that, I'm sure to come up.
We'll
But if you can find that
clip. For that clip, because you have quite a number of clips on the show.
So yeah, I go Mole. Go. Oh yeah, 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 go.
So at that point in my life, I was trying to find myself and sell myself to people. As at that time, I didn't even know how I was going to do it. So that was why I was so happy to come on the Teji Babyface show as a backup singer. And when I had the slightest opportunity to hold the microphone,
The one I remember in my head is you, myself, and Reason were dancing together.
Yes.
You, myself, and Reason.
It was really amazing.
Well, so how long after that did you now blow up?
Well, I don't usually want to use the word blow because I believe everyone is in a process, right? But one thing I can confidently say is that after the Teji Babyface show, I climbed on the Teji Babyface show to train for a while.
Okay.
Not in the regular public space, but in the workspace when it comes to events. Okay. So the first thing I did was the clip from Teji Babyface show. I waited patiently until it was posted. So it was on live TV. I couldn't record live on TV, but you usually post a short highlight.
Yes.
Maybe it was Facebook. I can't remember the social media platform. When I saw it, I said, yes, Okpeo. I saved it. I cropped it. I just did everything I could to make sure my face was showing, your face was showing, the entire face show was also showing. So that was what I did. And so as at that time, 2016, 2017, I started with your clip.
Okay. I
started sending it to event planners to let them know that, moting go gone, moting about 250,000, So with that, they started knowing that, if this guy can appear on the Teji Babyface show, he can still do something reasonable in our event. Yeah. So that was where it metamorphosed into me now having more opportunities to project my songs, my hype lines, aside from the normal and all those live band things.
Okay, speaking of this thing that you do, look, I'm about to ask you a question that I've asked. I remember that I asked Lamborghini this question.
Okay.
I asked AY this question.
Okay.
And I meant it when I asked them, but I really want an answer. I've asked a few girls, but I really want an answer. It's best said in Yoruba, although I will translate as well. I'll say it in Yoruba first. Jọ torí Ọlọ́run. Jọ. Ta ló lóògùn ẹ̀? Ta ló lóògùn ẹ̀? Who is your medicine man? Who did it? Look, in what world? I've never seen the type before. In what world is a musician standing on stage asking people, will you finish spending all the money that you have? And then the people themselves will be telling him, I will finish spending. And then they will be fighting. There's a guy I saw, one guy on one of the posts. The guy he really meant it.
Yeah.
Anthony, oh yeah, don't say me tune. Oh yeah, don't say me tune. Yeah, Anthony, oh yeah, don't say me tune. Shima no we talk. Anthony, surely no we talk. Anthony, surely no we talk.
In what world are people fighting? Awure niye, ogun awure niye. Ogun awure niye.
Wow.
That's money calling medicine. How have you done this thing?
Okay, so I won't pretend to say that I'm an intelligent or special person. The truth is, I tried a lot of things on stage, and when I saw one that caught people's attention, I capitalized on it. So Shomano Yeton started this way. I was at a wedding, a traditional wedding. Yes, a traditional wedding somewhere around Lagos. So I was singing. The mother of the bride was in front of me. So I think the mother of the bride's younger sister, or maybe one member of their family, that wants to prove that she's an economist. She's the one monitoring everybody and trying to let them know that nobody should scream. I'm like, so myself and my band members were already like, so the woman stood in front of me, 500 naira bail, that's 50,000. She had 2 in her hand. So woman ain't no be maybe 20,000 sharp. So she wanted to leave. So I didn't know when it came out of my mouth. Honestly, I can't remember what I was singing that day, but I remember the keyboardist was on la. He was playing la, me, la. So as he was playing la, I didn't know when it came out of my mouth. I said, Shuma no yenton. My backup didn't know what to respond because it was not established then. So I said, Shuma no yenton. The woman looked at me. I said, Shuma no yenton. She smiled. Immediately she smiled. Her younger sister, laid you straight in me. I don't know if the money was her own or what she wear. So immediately I saw the smile from the woman. I stood there and I kept saying, I looked at my backup singer and said, there is no time. We are not here for any other thing. So I said, so the mother, she was just smiling like, what gives you the effrontery to ask me? So she needed to prove to me, okay, so as she was praying, the younger sister was so pissed. Like she held her hand and support and said, Mommy. And I looked at her, so I kept repeating, then she was smiling. Because I repeated it for so many times, she now started, she now pushed the younger sister, so after the events, and before the event, I had it in mind that I wanted to tailor my performance in such a way that I will still sing, people will still appreciate me financially, and I won't be singing people's songs. I was very intentional with that. I didn't know how I was going to do it because we were so used to the conventional Fuji music, Juju music. I do all that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eba mi kiteju baby face, shallow ni tèmi. Handsome baba. So that was really, really conventional.
Yeah.
So I do that every week. But I just wanted something different. I wanted to still make money in a way, but I didn't want to sing any song by any other person. So immediately I was able to achieve that day. And I saw the reaction of that woman. Something told me that, Segun,
yeah.
So I went back to the drawing board, created good progression to Shomano Winyeton. Then we started doing it at events. So I realized that it was more like a challenge. When someone is in front of you, I won't start with Shomano Winyeton. I can be singing any regular song. Maybe, oh, single, praise the Lord, show my single, oh, single, show my single, show le single, show my single. Oh, that not show my no way. Hey, show my no way. So,
how do you go from praise God to look, spend all your money?
So I realized that it was more like a challenge to people when they start praying. When they start spraying money. Meanwhile, of course, in Nigeria, we already established the fact that no one should throw money in the air. No one should. So they honorably give us money now. So,
sorry. We'll pick on that. Please clear that for me. Because I was at a party last week where I was spraying, how do I say? Where I was spraying neatly. I wasn't throwing it in the air. And yet I was afraid because, IJGB. I just go back. So I don't know how people do it here anymore. So when Faith Music now tagged me on, when Mr. Ayo now tagged me on Instagram, because I was so happy to see me. We hadn't seen for a minute. So when they now tagged me with the video of where I was, spraying the money, I was now like, if I post this thing, will they come and carry me like this, But then my people said, no, it's when you throw it in the air. So it's not don't spray money, don't mutilate.
Yes, that's the word. Don't mutilate the naira.
Don't step on it.
Yes,
but for you to be giving people, there's no problem with that.
There is no problem. As a matter of fact, most musicians now, what we do is we have like a basket or a bag that people can honorably drop the naira notes.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can drop. Yeah. And you can put it on your chest and they can be collecting it.
That is a little bit dangerous because if you're dropping it on the chest, I can dance and it can fall and someone can step on it.
If somebody's collecting it for you.
Oh, yes.
Collecting it.
In fact, I have two people.
Yeah.
One by my right, one by my left.
That's how much you are making. I don't even think that King Sonny Ade has two money collectors. You have two. We know one, you have two. Okay, so continue with your story.
Okay, so
now people see it as a challenge and then...
Yes, whenever they're in front of me and they want to appreciate me financially, I will just do one particular song to call their attention. When they're about to remove the money, then I'll see Shomano and song. And there's something about the human ego. This is the expo. It's the first time I'm saying it on Teddy Baby Face Show, ladies and gentlemen. So even if someone doesn't want to give you money, the moment there are 2 or 3 people there, and you challenge that person to giving you money, especially now, my timing is this. Whenever someone wants to spray money, I usually want to be sure that their rival is on stage. If someone from the family of the bride is in front of me, and then someone from the family of the groom is in front of me on the other side, that is the best time to say, you need to prove to these people that you have money anyway. You don't have a choice. Or if there is a man, he has 2 wives. That's my best option. I'll look at the Yahoo and say, Shemano Yeton, Yale money, like a minimum, Shemano Yeton, Shelly no Yeton, Shemano Yeton.
Probably no Yeton. Or perhaps,
I'll use that one this weekend. Perhaps Shelly no Yeton. Probably Emmanuel Yeton.
God in heaven. Wait, so look, somebody said to me, so I need you to clear this. Somebody said to me that Segun is so good and he has so mastered this thing that it seems you have given to Owambe Music something called hype now, so that people have a band, but they bring you in just for an hour or so just to do hype. And then the regular band plays. I've never heard that. That only happens to us.
Yes, and comedians.
Some people want me to MC their event from A to Z. Some people have their MC, but they wanted you to
that's true.
for 30 minutes. that I've never seen that with a musician, unless he's a hip hop musician.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
the
That's
DJ
true.
will play track
Yeah.
one. But for a band musician to be called to come and do hype, is that what happens? They have their band,
Yes.
and then
yes.
you come in.
Okay,
and you do hype.
so most times what actually leads to that is I realize that most people, some of them, events are not usually, the decisions concerning events are not usually taken by one person.
Yes.
So if two families are getting married, whether we like it or not, this person has a musician, this person has a musician. So most times they already have their live bands. Meanwhile, from the beginning, my plan all along was I don't want people to call me because they need a live band. I want people to call me because they need Segun Johnson, whether they have a live band or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my plan anyway, right from time. So when the old brand and the whole hype music style, when it came out and it became very, very popular, a lot of people wanted me in their event, even though they already have a band.
Ooh.
Yes. As a matter of fact, most brides, they are like, mommy, mo fẹ́ kí Segun wá kọ́ṣú fine gan, mo fẹ́ kó wá kọ́ṣú ta lẹ́nu, mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ kó kọ́ṣú máa náwó yẹn tán. So most times people even save up to the event day because they really want to experience that Shumanowo yẹn tán. So most times they already have a live band, but someone usually requests for my performance, and eventually, although let me say this, I think this is the first time I'm saying this too. How can I say that in English? Guilty conscience. I be guilt conscience.
My conscience convicts me.
Hey, oh God, you. Anyway, most times when I go to events, they already have a live band.
Yeah.
Live band have been singing, people are dancing, but people will not spray because Andrew the Segun Johnson.
Hey.
And it is honestly not fair.
On the band. Oh my.
As a matter of fact, something happened a few weeks ago. I didn't know who the live band for that event was. When I got there, he's one of my egbons in the industry. So when the MC was like, oh, Segun, you're coming up. I saw the crowd, they were ready to come and spray money. And that bros, he has been singing since morning. Now, to make matters worse, he's a conventional juju musician. Okay. And juju musicians don't really charge as much as some of us because of the artistry that we have.
Yeah, they're banking on the
money they give them.
Yeah.
So this that bros, he never make 1 naira. And I was like, Segun, Toba Korimbi, Toba Chishomano, people will spray you money. And this guy will not make 1 naira. So I went to the MC, I said, Ejo Jeki Boda Ekpao. So what the MC did was, ladies and gentlemen, we have Segun Johnson in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome it's a birthday. Welcome the celebrant. As she came to the stage, I didn't sing.
Yeah.
That bros was still on stage. I told him to start. So he started. As they were giving him money, they were like, Segun Johnson, I was like, I just allowed him play for I think 20 to 30 minutes so that I can actually make something. It is actually not fair to some live bands because we have some amazing live bands in Lagos, so that Odro Kampe, whether there's Segun Johnson or not, we have Sugar Band, we have Vintage Band, Ebony Band, Sharp Band, Cool Eyes Band, SB Live Band. These guys are amazing. So if you have them and you have Segun Johnson, it's a total complete event on point.
I just want to ask you, in this birthday that you were at and they weren't spraying the musician, why didn't you just come and spray, just sing your own, let us spray, then you divide this and give him half? What?
That's a good, I would have done that though. Mm-hmm. But the bros was really, really happy I did even the little because after event talk with me, he has never called me before. After the event, lale patapata oni Segun, ori e pe Ọlọ́run ma ló ní kó ṣe nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn. You believe pé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá a kọrin yẹn, because after my own performance, they wanted to come and sing again. Those people just said, we don't want live band again, play DJ. So it was like, Segun, Ọlọ́run ló ní kó ṣe nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn o. Ṣé mo pé ìgbà tẹ́ lọ tán wọ́n jẹ́ ká kọrin mọ́? Ọlọ́run àti ẹ̀gbọ́n má worry, Ọlọ́run máa ṣe.
God will do it.
Honestly.
Okay, so we live in the land of, or we live in an age of copycats. I don't want to limit it to only Nigeria. Whatever works, people just copy, right? So I wonder, how many copycats have you, as your success spurred on and invented?
Honestly, uncountable. I've seen lots of live bands. As a matter of fact, most live bands now, they still do their normal style, but they make sure they add my lines. Is it that they're singing Besoki, Bewale, Lone Robo Robo, or they are singing Shotiromo Tunjedon, or they are singing Shumanowe. Shumanowe is like a national anthem. Everybody wants to make money anyway. They will do show fine gun, show talent, they will do siapa. I see these things weekly, and I'm really glad because from the beginning, I really just wanted to make a statement. I don't want to sound like a motivational speaker, but it wasn't the money for me from the beginning. I was intentional with making a statement. I didn't want people to call me because they need a live band. I wanted them to call me because they want Segun Johnson. Okay. So the fact that a lot of people are copying me right now, I'm really glad. Especially because it even gives me an opportunity to charge higher. Okay. Whether we like it or not, when there are lots of people copying one particular style, people will get so conventional with that style so much that the premium clients will only want to identify with the original owner of that style. That is why till tomorrow, one of the highest paying, one of the live band that charges more in Lagos, we have King Sunny Ade, we have Ebenezer Obey, we have K1 The Ultimates, and there are thousands of live bands that will sing these people's songs every week. True. So the premium clients will call K1, they will call Sunny Ade, they will call Oliver the Cook, they will call Adekunle Gold, they will call the
original. Where will they see Oliver the Cook?
Sorry.
Well, if you want to call, if you want to call Oliver the Cook,
but so what I'm just trying to say is the originality of a particular style is going to continually pay off for the originator of the style.
You know, this is true. As bad as they say things are, I know how much clients still pay me.
Yes.
To come MC things.
Yes.
In fact, there's one where the client insisted. In fact, the client got annoyed with the person who was taking the call on my behalf. So I think my manager just employed somebody, and then they were taking the call on behalf. He didn't know. Let me say, So when when the time came to tell the person how much I would charge, because the person needed him to fly to another country.
Wow.
So by the time this new employee of my manager, by the time he calculated the flight, the hotel, on top of how much I usually charge. So he was afraid, kalaya. So he started to make sort of excuses. Well, sir, can we find, is there somebody? The man just sparked. Did I ask you for somebody else? did I ask you for somebody else?
Wow.
I wanted you, babe. Anyway. So what you're saying is true, which now is a bridge to my next question. Country is hard.
Yeah.
Anybody watching your video and the way they are spraying you, country cannot be hard. So I'm asking you, Segun, is country hard? Are people pretending, or is it that the jazz that you're using for them is what makes them forget and spray everything they have plus the one that they don't have?
The truth is, Nigerians are happy people, regardless of whatever the economy is saying. The country is genuinely hard. I won't lie. As a matter of fact, I actually experienced it 2 nights ago. I don't usually buy sachet water. So in my estate, something just happened. I just needed water, and there was no one at home. So I just stepped out. Ibolotinta pure water. They said a bag of pure water was, I think the woman said 500 naira. I was like, yeah? I think the last time I bought pure water, maybe it was 5 naira or 10 naira. And a bag was maybe 100 naira or 80 naira. He said 500. I said, wow. So country is genuinely hard. But you see, Nigerians are happy people. Even if petrol is 10,000 naira per liter, most people will not just drive, but they will still go to Anowambe. Yes, so whenever I'm at an event, one thing I see in people's faces is people want to have fun, regardless of the bank accounts, regardless of whether their landlords have given them quit notice and all those things. They still want to celebrate. They still want to have fun. So the country is hard, but there are moments that people know that after today, I'll go back to my gari. let me go Kuma spend my money and enjoy myself. Whether I spend this money or not, the country is hard regardless anyway. So what I can say is the country is genuinely hard, but people are tougher. They are harder when it comes to Shima no hey, Shili no
So how often do they fly you abroad to go do this thing?
Okay, so funny enough, I get lots of offers from both the UK, from the US, from Canada, but I'm always very, very careful with traveling because if I wasn't popular in Nigeria, they wouldn't know me in those countries. So I am very, very timely with my events. So they call me almost every month for different events where I usually manage my availability. Most times in summer, that is when I travel to do 1 or 2, 3 events, and then I'm back to Nigeria because Sherry, Ejensole Yoruba, káwọn akátá má bàa gbọ́.
Now
Sherry,
translating.
owó òyìnbó dùn pa, bọ̀ kò dùn ná nílùú òyìnbó. Èmi ọmọ ọgbọ́n tí bá ti yọ wọlé báyìí. $1, $2, $3, mo ń bọ̀. Ó yá Ìkẹjà.
It is you that will translate. You can't give my editor a go translate what you have just said.
Owó òyìnbó dùn pa. The òyìnbó's money dùn pass. Àmọ́ kò dùn ná nílùú òyìnbó. It is not sweet to know in the òyìnbó's land.
Let me see. Foreign currency, dollars, pounds. I mean, it's very, very, very sweet.
Sweet to make.
It's very, it's very satisfying to make.
The moment
but spending it in that same land it's not fun at all.
It's not funny.
Them bills in the United States and in the UK, it's not fun, man.
So most times when I travel and I make the money, once I'm done with paying taxation on each of those things, I'm running back home. I don't even mind squatting. So I will squat. If America, I must squat.
So for a person like you, getting visas is not a problem anymore. That's not going to the US, going to the UK, going wherever. Getting a visa for you is not a problem anymore, is it?
Yeah, it's not a problem. Courtesy of God's grace for the talents.
Yeah.
Courtesy of God's grace. I can confidently say that it is God that positions people in a way that certain things will be easy for them to achieve by God's grace. By God's grace, I have the visa to the major countries by God's grace.
So I'm curious, musicians. I mean, so let me ask you.
Yeah.
At the end of a party,
yeah,
which of the amounts is more? Is it the amount you were paid or the amount you were sprayed?
Wow, it's a very tricky. The reason why I'm thinking it's a very tricky question is simply because let's imagine someone wants to employ me for an event.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, well, the amount they spray me is more than the amount they pay me to come. The person will be like, wow, so for that reason, the person might change their mind. So what I can say is this. It depends on, I want to try to be smart. Again, try to
take your time. I will take a sip of water while you.
Okay, so what I can say is the money that I charge to come for an event and the money that they get to spray or appreciate me on stage, everything is still to the glory of God. There is no ratio to measure if one is higher than one or one is higher than.
Frankly, I don't think it should matter because what if I come to the event and for some reason nobody sprays me or I don't get as much
honestly
as I should get?
Yes.
I'm not going to.
What's the point? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm not going to reduce the amount I should charge. So am I going to come to you at the end of the event and say, look, my calculation based on my forecasting and my prediction, you'll be going to the point that but you said the commissioner was coming now. But I'm going to. You said the governor was coming.
I'm going to leak a secret here. I won't mention the person's name.
Yeah.
One of our biggest Owambe musicians.
Yeah.
Uncle Teju. Daddy, man found one client in one budget alone. I swear.
A budget how?
Yes. Timbambom party. Awon Wulombo. Mo gbọ́dọ̀ pa 50 million. This is not fabu.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome to the last word tonight or this afternoon or this morning, depending on when you're watching this. So I want to talk to somebody right now, someone who has been frustrated by their own vision. You know, you caught a glimpse of what you were meant to do with your life a while ago. And that moment is a very, very rare and special thing. You had an epiphany. You saw it in a moment, it hit you. You were consumed by paroxysms, by orgasms, if I might be so bold to use that word. It was sheer celestial ecstasy. You finally knew what you were supposed to do with your life. It was clear. You knew what you were supposed to do. You didn't doubt it. It consumed you. It overwhelmed you. You were excited. You told people. For some of us, especially the religious, we say stuff like, God told me, the Lord told me. And I believe you because I've been there too. You knew it beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is what you're supposed to be doing right now with your life. It was clear, undeniable. You finally had your answer. But then you spent years trying to bring that vision to life. And every turn has felt like frustration. Every effort has met with resistance. Doors didn't open. People didn't see it. The resources didn't come. And now, after all this time, you're beginning to doubt. You're wondering, did I hear wrong? Did I see wrong? Was it all in my head? Well, let me encourage you. You didn't hear wrong. No, it's just that your shoulders are not yet big enough for the weight of your destiny, to borrow that from Darius Daniels. That thing that you saw, that glorious, powerful, life-defining vision, if life or the universe handed it to you right now, it would crush you. You can't carry your own glory yet, the weight of your destiny. You're not ready. And that's not an insult. It's preparation. You need time. Time not only to prepare your shoulders metaphorically, but to season you. Because listen, you are going to be helping other people. That's what all of this is about. You're going to be helping others. And before you can lead people out, before you can lead them out, so to speak, you need to suffer what they are suffering. It's like Moses. Moses was destined to lead the Israelites out of Egypt through the wilderness. But first, he spent 40 years in that same wilderness himself. He had been a prince. He had credibility, but he lost it all. He ran away from Egypt after being a prince of Egypt for 40 years. He ran away, and for another 40 years, he was a nobody. He was a shepherd. He was a fugitive. He was a failure by all Egyptian standards. But in those same 40 years, he learned the wilderness. He walked the terrain, the very path that he would later lead the Israelites through. So you see, you need to be tempered. You need time to be tempered by life. That's number one. Number two, you need time to gain credibility and authority. You need time to gain credibility and authority. Because if people don't see that you suffered, they won't believe you. See, we've just started a new series called The Faithful Man. And now, let me tell you something personal. I wrote the first message for The Faithful Man a few months after I got married in 2012. I was full of fire. I thought I was ready to bounce out and start sharing and teaching immediately. It's taken 13 years for that message to mature in me, for it to crystallize, for me to know what I want to say and how I want to say it. More importantly though, today, if I speak to a man, especially a young man, about faithfulness in marriage, he will listen. Why? Because I have 13 years of marriage under my belt. So even though I knew the content back then, I didn't yet have the credibility or the authority. So that is why life is taking you through what you're going through at the moment. So stop worrying about all the time you think you've wasted. You still have time. I will say that again. You still have time. In fact, you have a lot of time. Because when the time is right, the universe can turn your life around in just 1 month. What's a month? In a day. In a day, your life can turn around. So again, to go back to where we started, what you saw was right. Your vision was not wrong. Life and the universe is simply preparing you for the weight of your coming destiny and for the authority you will need to walk in it. Because people believe you when they see your scars, when they see the scars of your battle and your suffering. And they trust you when they know you've earned those scars through suffering. So keep going. You're not off track. You are in training. Your time is coming. Thanks for watching the show once more. So before you go, I've got something very important to say. If you have enjoyed what you watched, first of all, again, thank you. But guess what? What you saw was just an excerpt, and you probably saw those graphics already. What you saw was just a part of the episode. To watch the full episode, you need to join this channel and become a member. Now, subscribing is very important, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. But joining makes you a part of the family. It means you get access to the full episodes, bonus content, and you get priority when we drop new things. So just look below this video or in the description to see how to join. It's quick, it's simple, and it helps us keep creating content that matters. And for those of you who have asked how you can support us financially, because we get that every week, we appreciate you deeply. In fact, we'd like to thank Olufemi Olabisi of Crofton, Maryland in the United States for his kind gift after our last episode. Thank you so much. So if you'd also like to support us, just click on the link. There's a PayPal link in the description below. Click on it. And again, thank you. We also want to appreciate Kehinde Onabanjo of Finesse Events and Whitestone Event Center on Billings Way in Oregon. Thank you. Also, Dr. Precious Oshideko and Dr. Damola Oshideko. And of course, everyone who has watched and shared the show. Again, please share. Your love and support mean the world to us. So again, subscribe. Then after subscribing, join the channel. And if you feel led to support, feel free to do so. We're building something powerful here, and you are a part of our community. So I'll see you on the next one.